My name is Jasper Sloan Yip. I am 24 years old. I live in Vancouver, just yonder. I'm a singer-songwriter with a band that doesn't have a name. We're always open to suggestions. When I started, I was a solo artist, and I just sort of, and a kind of a hack at the guitar. So, you know, I just played, sang songs. And then I got Mark involved, who plays everything. You know, he pretty much plays everything with strings. And then so that we started turning into sort of a folk group, and Stephanie Chapman, our violinist, would play with us more and more. And then when we did the record, we got a drummer, Graham Sturl. And then we started turning into a rock band. You know, I got an electric guitar, and Mark just stuck on bass, and we were sort of a 3-4 piece. Picked up a keyboard player, John Tanner, who added a lot, really filled it out. We're still sort of swerving down that rock alley, you know, playing loud shows. And now we've recently added another bass player, Marcus Abramczyk, which sort of frees Mark up to play a lot of slide and lap steel, banjo. When I was a young guy, I had pretty bad taste in music for a few years. I listened to a lot of disposable music. But I'd say, like, when I started really listening to music in my sort of mid to late years of high school, I mean, I listened to a lot of the old classics, a lot of Beatles, a lot of Beach Boys, but I really started thinking about music when I started listening to more independent, sort of underground stuff at the time, which would have been like Arcade Fire and Pedro the Lion. David Bazan was a big influence on me, Elliott Smith. I got really heavy into Bright Eyes for a few years. And I'd say those people really shaped my lyrical outlook. But as like musically, I think, well, Elliott Smith again. I find that I sort of mimic his chords a lot, and like the way he sort of changes. But really, my big influences, Beirut. Beirut became really big for me. That's the reason I got a ukulele. Wondering how I am to sing for all of these people I don't know. Yeah, I ride my bike a lot in the summer, like these days. I mean, I went for a ride before you guys came over. I find that the thing about sort of being a self-employed musician is that I always feel like I can be doing something. Like if I'm not playing music, I can be sort of working on. There's always background stuff to do. Like you gotta work on bookings. You gotta look into. I mean, like for tour, we have all kinds of things to worry about, like where all the money's gonna come from, and insurance, and accommodations and crap. So I end up doing a lot of stuff on the computer. Just like dull, boring stuff. And when I can't stand that, I get on my bike and go outside. I do housework. I love doing that. Well, I don't love it, but I like doing it because it has to be done, so I feel productive, and it doesn't have anything to do with music, so it sort of gets me away from that, and I don't get crazy. I hang out with my friends. Like I like to I do a lot of beach jams, you know, because that's why I like living down sort of in kids-ish, because I like thinking about the water. We worked with the same producer. His name's Tom Dobransky. He runs a studio called Vertical Studios. And I think they recorded their album right before we did ours. And then they contacted me about a year and a half ago-ish. No, it was like a year ago, to, you know, just like say, hey, what's up? And then we ended up playing a couple shows together. We got along really well. They're just cool guys. We found that like our sound I think our sound goes well together, you know? It's not the same, we're not really that similar, but it's complementary. And our audiences generally mix well, and they can appreciate both sets. So it was kind of an easy decision. This is Jasper Sloan Yip, and you're watching Fistful of Sound.